and welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing Mia Rose's 8-month update. Hi baby! And Mia is joining me here before she goes to her nap, so hopefully she's cooperative in this video. So again, with my usual routine, I'll talk about feeding, sleep, and development and tell you what's new with Mia Rose this month. So in terms of feeding, Mia Rose has increased appetite. I noticed that before, where she would eat maybe half a portion, she now eats like the whole portion. So she's definitely eating more and more often, and she's eating a lot more at each sitting, which I think is really helping her in other areas in terms of sleep and development and things like that. So it's really great to see that she's enjoying food and she's eating more of it. She's definitely trying new foods. Sometimes I give her things that are a little bit more solid, so little pieces of fruit and things like that, just to see how she gets used to it. And yeah, so she's trying different foods. She seems to be loving everything. Things that she doesn't love, again, as I said before, I combine them with something that she does like. So she's pretty much eating everything that I offer her. So she's pretty much in a good routine of, you know, having her fruits, having her veggies, having cereal. So everything with feeding is going great. And in terms of feeding also, as well as breastfeeding, she's able to like go down for her naps and nighttime without milk, because we've had a few situations where I've not been to make it back, and Hoying is watching her and he's been able to put her down for a nap with just the, you know, the food. She has like mums and water, and she's able to go down for a nap. And at night I went out, I pumped, but she didn't drink any of the milk and she just went down for the night. And when I came home, you know, she still wakes up about once in the night, so she breastfed then. But it's really good to know that she doesn't need to have that milk, because sometimes I get anxious if I'm away and I didn't get a chance to pump, or, you know, I know that she doesn't need the breast milk all the time, which is really nice. In terms of sleep, she is doing better with her naps. She's taking now 2 naps a day. She was doing 3, but we cut it out, and now she's going to bed a little bit earlier. So she takes 2 naps in the day. I usually keep her up for about 2.5 hours. I find is a good amount of time where she's tired, that she'll just go down without crying. Because before I was putting her down at 2 hours, but she would fuss for half an hour, so I figured I'll just keep her up, entertain her, and then put her down, which really helps her to go to sleep easier. And I think that she knows now that we're coming back, because I think before she didn't want to be down and she felt she was missing out, but now I think she knows, like, okay, we're good, somebody's gonna come and get me. Before, she was always having her sleeps be interrupted with poo. I found that, like, I would feed her and she would always have a poo that would wake her up and cut her nap short. So it would be like 45 minutes or half an hour, because the poo would wake her up. So what I've started doing is keeping her up that extra half an hour, where sometimes she will have the poo at that time. And after I feed her, I give her a Cosyntyl, which I've talked about before. I'll link it down below if I can find it, which is something that I know it says 0 to 6 months, but it's still fine. It's a homeopathic remedy for baby colic, but it also helps with upset stomach, and I find it helps to soothe her so that she doesn't have to push so much, in case, because, you know, TMI, but her poo is more solid now because she's eating solid, so it helps it to pass her to stay asleep a little bit longer, so she's able to nap longer. So usually her first nap is about 1.5 hours to 2 hours, and then her second nap is about 1 hour, and then after that she goes to bed. So it's working out really well. She is sleeping in her own room, as I've talked about before. We've moved, so now she has her own space, and I think that really helps with her sleep, because she's not hearing Hoying and I, she's not disturbed by us. She has her sound machine on, and she goes down and she's good. Like, when she wakes up, it's because, you know, she's ready to feed or anything like that, but not being disturbed by us. And I think it's helped her to settle, to have her own space. She's going down really well at night because I was worried about putting her down at night and letting her cry, or having her cry because, you know, we lived in a condo and there were other people and I didn't want her to disturb the neighbors crying. So I always would feed her. I would breastfeed her to sleep and put her down. But that was kind of messing with my routine of not breastfeeding her to sleep during the day because I found that was becoming like a crutch for her. But now that we've moved, I'm able to kind of do it at night, and so I kind of breastfeed her in a way that's not going to put her to sleep. So before I used to side feed her in the bed and then transfer her to her bed. But now what I do is I will breastfeed her sitting, holding her in my arms, in the bed or on the couch or somewhere where there's still things going on and she's awake, and then we put her down for the night and she kind of plays or talks a little bit and then she just rolls over and goes to sleep. So that's really good that she is used to falling asleep in her own bed and not ours, so that helps her as well. And the same thing for when she goes down like in the middle of the night if she wakes up to breastfeed. The same thing, I make sure that Huang puts her down whether she's sleeping or not, and so she knows that it's time to go to bed. She's doing so much better at night. She was waking up 2 or 3 times and now she's only waking up once, and so that's really good. It means I get sleep, Huang gets sleep, and she's way more rested and not feeling like she needs to rely so much on the breast milk to kind of soothe her to sleep. So that is really helpful as well. In terms of development, she is crawling a lot more. She's not a big fan. You can see she wants to stand, she wants to walk, things like that, but she does know how to crawl and she has more space here to crawl. Upstairs is all carpet, so that kind of helps to give her a little bit more freedom. And so that's really cool to see. She's starting to pull up on things. Usually it's the couch or anything she can really find. She's trying to pull up on it. Usually the couch or people's legs while you're sitting on the couch, she tries to pull up on you. A few times where she will go on all fours and then kind of lift herself up to try and stand, and then she realizes she can't, so she falls back down. But she's really trying to do everything on her own. She loves to laugh. She's talking a lot more in the last few weeks. A lot of da da ba 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 ba. Yeah, and then when she's whiny, it's ma 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 ma. Of course. Yeah, exactly. and she's got such a personality. She's super feisty, as everybody would say, just like her mother. She learned to do peekaboo, which is one of her favorite games. She just loves to play peekaboo. She'll do it with a diaper, curtains, a blanket, anything she could find. And if she can't find something, she just like puts her head down. So that's really cute that she is able to do that. But overall, she's just growing so much. I think it's time for nap. So I think that's it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Say I love you. Say bye. It's time for nap nap.